Alright, YouTube, we're back. This might be the final Unicorn Overlord we're gonna see. We took down Galerius. We're on... I almost called him Baltro. And yeah, I'm a little... I don't know. I'm a little worried about this one because he's dealing 1,800 damage to me. Anyways, if you haven't clicked on the video, I'm Ian. We're playing our first tactics game, Unicorn Overlord. We're making progress. We're trying to win. I feel like we should be able to get there, but the time limit's pretty low, and we're gonna have to see. So step one is just us getting to him. So the first thing I'm gonna do is withdraw. And then the real question is, how can we... Like, do I have my item uses back? Because I used all of them last time, or most of them. Alright, what about this?
I make for battle. How may I assist?
Okay, we can wipe there.
As you wish. Your orders, sir.
I've got 4 item uses remaining. Not ideal. So we have to figure out how the heck to defeat him. There's 4 item uses left. It's not looking great for our gang. Okay, first things first. We'll take you out. We'll put Scarlet back in. You were really great against Galerius, but let's see. I'm just trying to think of what our party was like before I re-optimized it for Galerius, and now I'm like, where did we go? Okay, Berengaria and Melisandre together? What's this look like?
They will be ours. How may I assist?
We're not hurting him at all. Am I crazy? Am I missing something? Because we're all basically at full HP. Yeah. Okay, you know what it is? It's tactics. So, let's go back to this and just see what we get, and then we'll start puzzling it out from there. Now, I do think... Well, I don't... Can he be stunned? Okay. Substantially better. Now, the next question is... How do I get... No, that's... I want to get to Elaine. No. Wait, there they are. Okay. Now, who has moves that begin at beginning of battle? You do, so get rid of that. And you do, so get rid of that. And you do, that it is really good, but her being able to just completely stop someone in their tracks is incredible. Now, how's this look? Substantially better. Okay. So, hold on. Feels like something's crawled at me, but it's probably just a piece of hair. Alright. Now the question is, does he have a gimmick? Like
your orders, sir.
Like Galerius did. Well, he has Galerius in his party, to be honest. Alright. So who's gonna hold it down here? You know what? Nigel?
Permit me to join you.
There you go, buddy.
Of the Sacred Heart.
Nigel, who the heck do you want to talk to?
To me. A minor blessing.
Alright, let's get this
Time
going.
is at hand.
So, like, if you were to fight them, you would solo them easily. Good to know. Then, last thing, we deploy Ramona's unit.
My wisdom.
Their tyranny ends here.
No, I'm on the wrong unit. Okay, there we
Wherever I
go.
can.
First, I want you to
An
move up to
astute
there.
strategy. How might I aid you?
And I also want you to pop this here so we get buffs.
Feel stronger than ever. I've
What would
arrived.
you have me do?
No, I didn't want you to fight them.
Must we submit?
Allow me to assist.
Okay, that's fine. If you can kill them, that's fine. Or even get close.
We march. Onward. I'll
Okay,
march
get
on.
wiped.
My lance.
Now,
My honor as a knight.
I would... I'm scared. Like, it's not gonna take me back to pre-Galerius if I lose here, right?
The time is at hand.
Okay, you get going.
You face me.
Get wiped.
I can't fail my sacred mission.
We march.
And we still don't have... I know what we do. So we go... Bam.
The path is set.
I'll not.
That's fine. Hold down the fort, brother. Oh wait, you aren't in the base. I see. Never mind. You're a nightmare.
I take arms.
They are akin to a well-honed blade.
Turn back, lest I reduce you to ash.
Okay. Get in there, Elaine.
Defeat will soon be upon
And
us.
what the heck is going on here?
The futile struggle of a rebellion damned. Your end draws near, Cornian whelp. Cease these fatuous endeavors and return to nothingness unending.
Fatuous is a good
Many
word,
times
brother.
You've tried, Baltro, but you shall never break our spirit. I promise you that. Now prepare to be vanquished by the might of Febrith.
One scalp left, and it's the
Oh,
biggest snake of
other
them
people
all.
have dialogue in this.
Breathe deep, Baltro. I promise you'll be
Marigari is so
last.
scary.
The sorrows of this tragic war must never again afflict our land. It's what my father would have wanted. This time, Vinisa, no harm will come to you.
Melisandre's the only one who didn't get a cool line.
Let's begin.
Okay, get stunned. Oh shoot, the poison.
I may just enjoy this. You shall.
I'll enjoy this.
Not finished yet.
Agony away.
Can you stop, dude? I hate you.
Foolishness. Do not resist. Halfway.
Oh, Astro Blade is that move we got for doing all the mausoleums, right? Oh, crap. Okay, that did good damage.
Not bad.
Cheer up. Easy now.
I mean, if we stay at near full and can keep damaging him,
Foolishness.
we should be
There's
fine.
no escape.
And every time one of them dies, we get closer to...
Not
victory.
The day of
Bear witness. Hey.
This is it.
Okay, we at least have a few hits that are hitting hard. Unicorn's Wrath. What the heck?
Let me.
No damage? That hurt my eyes, the way that was animated. Okay, 2 down. I thought... Scarlet had a cool move too.
to the depths with you.
Is that better?
My powers.
Why do you just keep using dark armor? You're not doing anything.
My legs grow heavy.
Okay. I mean, 2 of them are dead. So here's what we do.
Time is at hand.
Step 1. Well, only one of you died. So I think we do Revival Orb Large. And then, let me, real quick. Yeah, you have it, you just didn't use it. So they must have not met the conditions. Before an ally is attacked with question mark. Okay. Okay, so last thing, we want to come over to you and give you poison resistance, because that caused you some problems last time. We were moving, last time just to survive, we were moving a lot of stuff around. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, you didn't die, so you should be okay. Then, let me...
A true nightmare.
Okay, that's really bad. So, I was gonna do this. Now they don't get first strike on you, which is great for us.
I blossom ever brighter.
We march. Your villainy ends here. We
Okay,
shall
clear
prevail as
that.
one.
I just need a lane to get through this waiting phase here. It's taking too long. It's gonna take 2 items, but we gotta get there.
The time is at hand.
So then we rest
We march.
and immediately pop another gold hourglass.
The time is at hand.
Excuse me? Oh, 2 of our... What? Oh, there was a fight, right.
We march. My thanks.
And we win. Look at that. I hope we win.
Come then. Allow me to assist.
In fact, we're healing.
Vermin. Oh, Faye.
Decay.
You'll not break through.
Not bad, hmm?
You shall suffer.
You know, Meteor Slash seems really, really good. And it is for breaking shields, but I'm surprised. Am I missing something about why she's not doing as much damage as I think she should?
Not resist.
Nice critical.
Agony awaits.
Unicorn, grant me strength!
Alright, the whole front row's down. We're making progress. We're like getting there. Like I'm starting to understand this game at a level I didn't understand it at 2 days ago or even this morning.
Not bad.
Efficient whelp.
Drown!
That must have hurt. Easy now.
Can you stop with the dark armor?
Yeah.
Oh wait, she did use Celestial Light. It just blocked Unicorn's Wrath. Okay. And it buffs us. I see.
Lay down!
Get rid of his shield. He's substantially weaker here.
Unicorn, grant me strength!
Oh, baby.
Like new.
That's the good stuff right there.
We march on! This is not...
Impressive, aren't I?
Victory grows ever closer.
Alright. There can't be enough. We get a card the independent for that? I was like, there can't be anything more to fight now, right?
Whilst I still feast on the souls of Zenoira, my might is eternal.
Yeah.
Do you not seek their resurrection?
A witless ideal, born of the fool Galerius. He served his purpose well enough in prizing open the gate to the beyond. And now, he shall be consumed like all the rest.
He's so evil, wow.
There would be little benefit in reviving mere humans.
Do the souls of your brethren mean nothing to you?
That's fuel for my imagination.
He's like, I'm not human, I'm something bigger.
What primitive evil should I reanimate next, I wonder? A monster capable of crushing Fevris beneath its heel, perhaps?
New Game Plus? You have to fight the
You're
monster?
Spirits of Zenoira, hear my call. Your emperor is no more, and in his place, a tyrannical fiend who craves nothing but absolute control. Tell me, is this what you truly desire? To sacrifice your very essence in service of this demon?
Pathetic child.
Souls of the departed, if you've any humanity left within you, lend me your aid!
All it takes is to pray to them, and they were like, yeah, you know what, we changed our mind.
Their strength is leaving me.
One of you was like, psych, I'm stronger than ever.
Everything, accursed fool.
These souls are not a power one can wield, Baltro. They are human lives. Human will in its purest form.
Hit him with the spirit bomb.
Impossible! The city's very nature has been recast. How is this happening?
It appears we arrived just in time.
This isn't how my tale concludes.
This isn't how I go.
Allow it.
The only escape awaiting you, Baltro, is death's golden grace.
I like how the sage showed up at the last the sage, and they were like, we're gonna hurt them with our words just a little bit before we send them to the afterlife.
The time has come, Monday.
Let us lift the curse of the unicorn and bring the salvation of heaven to these lost souls.
The music's killing it.
I'm with you.
My nihility beckons.
Nihility?
All of my knowledge, all of my research.
I've never heard nihilism referred to that. Nothingness? Nihility? Interesting. My eyes?
Noble warriors of Ferrith, you have our eternal gratitude on behalf of every Zenoiran soul to have ever lived. Thank you, Elaine, and farewell.
I mean, you guys did all the work. I just was just out here in the front lines, you know, getting bloody. So Mom survived. They gave Elaine a truly happy ending, I guess. A lot of people did die in war, but he got his mom back. The light of Fabrith. Oh no, did it crash? I just wanted to see what the trophy, how many people had gotten it. We're fine, we're fine.
Ah, there you are. Your coronation is set to commence at any moment.
A word first, if I may. With the much-awaited fall of Zenoiran rule, we've finally attained our most coveted dream. 'Twas a vow I made to the ring itself. A promise fashioned out of steel and blood. Yet, can a champion tempered in the flames of war truly lead in times of peace?
From
You know,
the day of its very
I think the kind of person who
inception,
asked that question has already
the
answered that
Liberation Army
question.
has boasted
Most
a
people would be like,
singular
I'm fine, I'll be
gift.
king.
Its ranks born nobles, sellswords and civilians alike. Disparate nations united as one under a common banner. Your banner. None could ever question the strength of such a leader.
He speaks the truth, you know.
It would be cool later if you could make a party with your mom in
Should you
it.
not be sound
Can you
enough?
imagine a party with Elenia, Elaine, and
Miss the
Virginia?
day my son is crowned king? I wouldn't so much as dream of it. Elaine, you stand before me a man full grown. One who will rule these lands with compassion and love. Just as you've done for all those who fought beside you.
We're like the same age as our mom now, I just
Not
realized.
only what you accomplished, but how you've made it so.
I will, Mother. Thank you both, from the depths of my heart. Now then, a radiant future for Cornea awaits.
Year 906 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Thus, with all of Fevrith as his witness, a bold young king.
Is this a
ascended
different
the
voice
throne.
actor? I thought before when it showed us the map, it was
Ergon,
Joseph's
the
voice
scourge of
actor.
Galerius and ancient Zenoira would be little more than footnotes on the pages of history. And those scars of war yet blighted the land. Its people, awed and inspired by Cornea's noble ruler, began their arduous trek down the path to recovery. Forevermore would the chronicles of Fevrith extol the Savior Elaine's sacred journey, a legend only embellished in the generations to come. That
Okay.
of a divine beast
Oh, never mind.
and a liberator king that bore its name. The Unicorn Overlord.
They said the name. Alright, cool game. I'm glad. It was my first true tactics game, as you could probably tell by how hard Galerius was for me. What do we got? I was like, do we get to see the coronation? Bill Butts. What a name. That's what shows up when you buy your OnlyFans gets charged, or when you get charged for OnlyFans. Bryce Pappenbrook, I knew it was him. I recognized that voice in here. Just looking for any other names I recognize. I swear Ian Sinclair was in this game. It's a long walk up to the throne. But my overall thoughts, really fun. And my main question would be, like, if you had to recommend a next tactics game to play, where would you send me? Probably Fire Emblem Three Houses, I'd have to guess. Because, like, you know, as we had learned at the end of this in the last recording before this, I didn't really understand how the tactics work. I thought I did, but it worked differently than I thought. And it says something about how efficiently I got through the game without really understanding the tactics, right? So I don't know. It's strange that I was able to get that far without really understanding it. But then you hit that hard block at the end with Galerius, which I will still argue is a little bit too much, but we got there, and it you know, it just took some doing. And like I said in the last recording, I would maybe tone down his heal, post-battle heal, just a little bit on Galerius, and maybe workshop a way for him to be brought into, you know, earlier in the fight. Maybe you fight him and you see that mechanic, so you're prepared for it. But other than that, those are really only my big worries, I guess is the word I'm looking at. But you know, I like to treat things by what they want, by what I want them to be, but by what they are. So if you watched, thanks for hanging out. If you left comments, anybody. Up next, I've got a couple ideas. I do want to play Fire Emblem Three Houses, but I want to play that with Rani, I think, because I think there's a lot of like slice of life and like whining and dining your friends and stuff that she really likes, and we probably have a good time with that. But I was thinking Super Mario Odyssey is one. We on this channel played not Skyward Sword. We did play Skyward Sword, but Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and whatever the other one is. But Rani's not as combat oriented as I am, so she didn't really do that stuff as much, and I kind of wanted to replay that. And that's, you know, it's kind of between Mario Odyssey and doing some new Zelda, but really, you know, going for it myself. I'm just listening to what language is this in. After the war, Lex left the rule of Cornea to Elaine, set forth to hone as master of the blade. Whenever he encountered former allies on a travel, he and they would spar just as they did. Though there was a great distance between him and Elaine, their bond of friendship remained strong as ever. Lex swore to brandish his sword for his king should the need arise. With the war concluded, Chloe chose to serve Elaine as his chief lady-in-waiting rather than return home to her family in Cornea. In this role, she oversaw the domestic needs of the kingdom, though she never kept her spear far from hand in case of crisis. At times, she could be seen reminiscing with her old friends as the Knights' Barracks, a practice which Elaine himself would join when the ideal moment presented itself. And they were both still level 10. We're gonna see everybody. That's a lot of characters. After the war, Hodrick was granted a post as captain of the Cornean Royal Guard, a role which saw him dedicate great attention to the growth of his soldiers and their unshakable unity. At times, he and his mentor Joseph partook in intense sparring bouts which never failed to draw onlookers to the training hall. Though offered the role of Chancellor due to his immense efforts in protecting the prince and shepherding the liberation to victory, Joseph declined and instead chose to see out his days as the king's new personal blade. Ever a stern leader, he worked tirelessly to train soldiers that would serve as Cornea's new guardians and ensure the kingdom would remain safe long after his eventual passing. Renault returned to the land he had once ruled under Zenoira's magic. And though some would never forgive his cruel treatment, others came to see the sincere regret with which he earnestly faced their resentment. His commitment towards starting anew saw him grow into a fine leader, with an eye ever focused on the future, unhindered by the tragic failings which plagued his past. But yeah, and also, you know, I'm open to suggestions if you have any other recommendations post this, because I'm, you know, we're knocking stuff out. Hey guys, let me see what they're saying. Declining a position within the Royal Guard, Clive returned to the province of the Ashen Blue and began working on establishing a new form of self-governance with his fellow knights. His bold philosophy, which espoused the virtues of collective rule over a single authority, soon spread the province from the knights in order to the farmers in its fields. Adel, after the war, Adel returned to the province of Ashen Blue, a decorated hero, beloved by his fellow knights and townsfolk alike. His bright demeanor saw him remain ever popular, playing with local children during the day and partaking in revelry at the province's lively taverns by night. In the end, he chose to live out his days as a beloved knight in the company of his people. Yo, he sounds like he lived the perfect life, to be honest. When the Liberation disbanded, Bernice set out to travel Cornea and hone her skills, hunting bandits and aiding in the reconstruction all the while. Years later, she was welcomed back to the province of Ashen Blue, where she chose to settle down to become an instructor in the military arts, thus giving rise to the mightiest army the province had ever known. His role with the Liberation concluded, Rolf's reputation as a brave hunter earned him a post as guardian of Cornea's forest. This duty saw him not only defend the land from wild beasts and poachers, but tend the natural bounty of the region and heal the scars of battle inflicted across the woodlands. Such benevolent deeds brought him nigh endless praise on the people he served. After the war, Morden abandoned his life as a mercenary and lived as a stonemason. While the reconstruction of Barbatimo was his first priority, he eventually turned his gaze toward the pursuit of aesthetics and the creation of ever more elaborate architectural projects. The stunning facades which lined the main thoroughfare of his home, thus given the name Morden Road upon his eventual passing, were beloved by all for generations to come. Auk. Auk actually, like when I first met him, I was like, this guy's weird, but he was clutch at the end. Upon reading off a list of his accomplishments with the Liberation at his mother's graveside, Auk departed on... I'm laughing because he always talks about his mom. Auk departed on the journey of fervent magical research, never to return to his homeland again. The feces he knew... Oh, no. After the war, Jeremy quietly departed from the Liberation and returned to his life as a mercenary, wherein no matter the danger, he found himself in his quick wit. Upon completing a particularly lucrative job with a few old faces from the war, he and his men drank the entire tavern dry. Bouncing all across the map. I didn't think it was going to roll over. I missed out on Auk. Literally did not use any of you except Miram. With Cornea restored, Miram was named the Captain of Knights of the Roses, a role which saw her dignified air and indisputable military prowess earn her the adoration of rising female knights, both within her nation's borders and abroad. With newly placed emphasis on collective strength, the Knights of the Rose quickly grew to one of the most coveted orders in the land. After the war, Kitra continued to serve in the Knights of the Rose, while others taking up posts guiding the people of Grand Corinne. Whenever trouble struck, she and her hammer were always quick to the scene, much to the delight of onlooking citizens. As a skilled craftswoman, she also aided in rebuilding the city and enjoyed the unique popularity among the local children due to her sharp wit and fiery attitude. Fran. Though her efforts in the war saw Fran offer the commanding role in Knights of the Rose, she politely declined, stating that she preferred to stand as equal rather than a superior. Retaining this status granted her latitude to charge into battle and rescue her allies at a moment's note, a fact which all who knew her agreed was for the best. There's Melisandre, best girl. Clive's here too. With peace returned to Cornea, Melisandre slipped past Elaine's watchful advisors day after day in order to request his hand in marriage. While her wishes never came to pass, the beauty and vigor of her spirited blade were the highlight of many a royal banquet and thus stole the hearts of countless guests. After the war, House Maé began to reclaim its former glory, a pursuit that Colm enjoyed even more than his lady Melisandre herself. Though she had always posed him an array of challenges, the fact that Cornea's new king was the object of her affection presented an endless struggle for her faithful steward. In light of Monica's deeds with liberation, the noble house Nordheim's name was restored to its rightful place of honor and respect. Her calm demeanor, stately dedication, and moral clarity earned her the fierce support of her people, a groundswell which only grew after her father's passing. While she bore great commitment toward helping her people, she never forgot to honor her vassals, an annual stargazing festival where she was responsible for creating. So if I had chosen to execute these characters, this would just not be happening. Like, it would be like the end. Just the most ruthless playthrough possible. After the war, Aramis saw to it that Gilbert was crowned king and left Sodraga to support his brother in the restoration of Drakenhold, taking the guise of a mercenary, a stage actor, a sailor, and much more along the way. In the centuries to follow, local legends throughout the nation told a host of men named Aramis who appeared to help when the land seemed to be at its most vulnerable. He's like, hold on. With the war concluded, Hilda laid down her spear and pursued an expertise in medicine. After years of ardent study, she became an apothecary and joined Prim in caring for the sick and infirm through Fevereth. Furthermore, would history speak of the countless lives she and her sister saved astride her gallant local wyvern. Prim. Similarly, Prim's attention turned after the war toward the ailing people of Fevereth and supporting Hilda's dogged pursuit of medical knowledge. Her work caring for the infirm eventually led the Orthodoxy to bestow upon her the title of Honorary Angel, an accolade which Prim could only humbly decline. Aramis is kind of like, what the heck is... Alucard. I was like Dracula backwards, Alucard. You know, he just kind of pops up when you need him. Your horse looks sick as hell. With the war concluded, Alban donated his earnings to the people of Drakenhold's desert and took up the task of rebuilding his home. Soon enough, towns in the region grew prosperous indeed, and the land once known for its crime and banditry began to flourish in true under his benevolent leadership. After years in the desert, he acquired a ship and sailed the oceans in search of new ventures. Magellan set out to reunite his old band who scattered across Drakenhold, after which he returned to the desert and announced them as a group of reformed chivalrous thieves. Tales of their virtue spread even beyond the desert's borders, attracting a horde of young aspirants looking to join their ranks. As the band's numbers continued to grow, their studies became a vibrant settlement that saw steady progress under Magellan's guidance. After the liberation disbanded, Liza joined Magellan on his journey and met an influential trader along the way whom she impressed with her sharp tongue and keen business acumen. While she had always been skilled in the ways of trade, she was able to build a far more profitable enterprise than she ever imagined with the funds she earned during the war. She used her wealth to bolster the desert's economy and improve the lives of all within. Gloucester. With the war concluded, Gilbert appointed Gloucester as ruling lord of the desert. There he worked with Alban to better the conditions of the people of the dunes and championed them for a position of authority. His benevolence and unshaking sense of duty earned him the adoration of his citizens, who erected a statue depicting Gloucester atop his loyal steed after his eventual passing. There's so many people. I forgot how many people there are in this game. We haven't even made it to Albion or Bastorius and all that. After the war, Amalia returned to Bomrate and shattered her undefeated streak atop its rankings. Yet, despite her assured victory, the crowds never failed to cheer her on. Upon her eventual defeat many years later, she rejoiced to have met another warrior as fearless as she, that Amalia's urging the two set forth toward new horizons. After the war, Berengaria reformed the Tricorn mercenaries, and the band was offered a new role as Drakenhold's Order of Knights. They chose to decline, and the mercenaries traveled the world fighting for the downtrodden and less fortunate. In the years to come, history would speak of their brave endeavors, and all who lived in Fevereth would know the Tricorn name. As a central figure in the reformed Tricorn mercenaries, Bruno found himself instrumental to the band's renewed efforts, ever striving to become Berengaria's equal on the battlefield. He easily gained the trust and respect of his fellow mercenaries, and his immense strength meant skirmishes ended before others could earn the slightest glory. After the war, Travis traveled the world with the reformed Tricorn mercenaries, proving both his skill and intellect along the way. As a lover of literature and uncommon trait among mercenaries, he always brought rare and valuable tomes to add to his expanding library whenever work led him home. Alright, we finally made it to the castle. Gilbert. After the war, Gilbert was coronated the new king of Drakenhold and made a name for himself as a savvy ruler. Long had he chased his brother's shadow, yet now he stood in the light of his own making, one which filled his people with hope and joy. Years to come, history would sing his praises as a heroic king who single-handedly delivered his land from all-consuming ashes of war. With the war concluded, Virginia received a proposal of marriage from the newly crowned King Gilbert, and she gladly accepted. As a representative of Cornea and Drakenhold, she was beloved by both nations for her strides toward goodwill and unity. Over the years, her bold demeanor and skillful blade work earned her the love and adoration of countless fervent admirers. Leah. After the war, after the relationship between Cornea and Drakenhold was mended, Leah officially entered Virginia's service. When her lady gave birth to a royal heir some years later, Leah surprised the court by doting on the newborn prince even more than her loving parents. When the prince grew old enough to wield a sword, Leah served as his stern yet kind master. I don't know why I did not see Virginia and Gilbert getting together at all. These guys are so early in the game, I almost forgot they existed. After the war, Celeste continued her work leading the local Elheim military, swooping down from the skies to aid a townsperson in danger or provide relief to an injured soldier. One person rescued by Celeste later started a business by which his customers could travel to sites of Feveth atop a noble griffin, a venture which he named after his savior. Seeking to make amends for the wrongs he committed during his time with the Black Talons, Gamel and his men traveled the land, engaging in philanthropic ventures. Such deeds drew the attention of fellow thieves and other young rogues whom he graciously let join the cause. His sister, having at last overcome her cruel illness, was often seen at his side. After the war, Mandarin's friendship with Gamel remained steady as ever, and the two traveled the continent together. Eager to cheer up Gamel's now recovered sister, he invited her along to show her to incredible sights Feveth has to offer. The three lived almost as a family, though Gamel refused time and time again whenever Mandarin asked for his sister's hand in marriage. No happy marriage. He's like, you're a good guy, but not good enough. After the war, Yana brought her powerful magic to bear as Cornea's court sorceress. Toward the end of her life, she tearfully retired from the king's service and returned to the swamp to teach the rising generation of witches as her wise village elder. It said that she maintained her youthful visage until her final days and departed this world surrounded by her steadfast disciples. After the war, Selvi continued to travel the lands, pursuing her research in the ancient Zenoira. With memory of the Empire's modern reign fresh in their minds, the world was eager to learn more of their deeds in days of old, and Selvi's work garnered immense interest. As deeper understanding of Zenoira's history and culture spread through Feveth, scholars built upon Selby's findings, memorializing her as a pioneer in the field. With the war concluded, Ridiel at last realized her dream of becoming a knight of Elheim. Though some still whispered about her half-elf blood, she unflinchingly proved herself to those with great skill and valor, silencing those who discriminated against her. In a few years' time, she came to attain even greater glory than her mother before her, and stood as a proud beacon of hope for half-elves in every corner of Elheim. Holy crap, man, how many characters are left? I like this, but I'm also like, damn, I forgot, this is a big game. No wonder it took me 70 hours to beat. Returning to Elheim, Rosalind traveled the nation to support her brethren as they overcame the atrocities committed by Zenoira. Even amidst her busiest moments, she always made time to visit Atalinde, and given her role as augur to the Turanos, the two spent countless hours in each other's company. After the war, Athelion continued to stand at Rosalind's service, not only acting as her personal guard, but sharing stories of her exploits with awestruck dark elven children, said that he and a human woman lived out their days together in loving marriage. Long after the war's end, Ralinar continued to serve Rosalinde as captain of the personal guard. Having been separated from her lady during the invasion of Elheim, Ralinar gained a renewed sense of duty and refused to leave Rosalinde's side, even when the situation didn't call for a guard's protection. However, Rosalinde herself found this dedication to be quite endearing. I was like, we haven't even been to Bastorius or Albion yet. The war with Zenora concluded as the Linde returned to Elheim to restore its charred forests and downtrodden settlements for their long-forgotten glory and pride. By the time the nation had recovered and true elves and humans had formed a deeper bond of unity, and the Divine Turtles commanded the respect and love of both races alike. After the war, Galadimir was reinstated as Etelinde's personal guard and served faithfully beside the Divine Turtles. Though through the land had entered a time of peace, she trained ever diligently. One legend spoke of a day she spotted a vile rogue at Elheim's border and fired upon him from miles away through the cradle of Castle Laurel, piercing with a single arrow. After the war, Little Lagos first aided in the reconstruction of Elheim before swearing his loyalty to Etelinde anew, thus serving as her second-in-command for all of Elheim. From that moment forth, he dedicated his life to protecting Irovelda, securing Elheim, and ensuring the peace of the Elven land would never again be disturbed by war. It's like, what did your elf eye see? She shot him from miles away, Legolas style. You know, Unifi and, what's her name, grew on me. Word of the courageous human raised by the Bestrel sped through Fevroth, eventually drawing the gaze of renowned historians who penned tales of her exploits in freeing Bastorius. The magnitude of her story resonated across the lands, and Unifi and her heroic brethren came to be idolized by children everywhere, even those who had never once met a Bestrel. Morard, as a behest of other Bestrel bloodlines, Morard ascended to the throne as the new king of Bastorius and sole surviving lion Bestrel. Having experienced life as a human and Bestrel, he ruled without discrimination and quickly garnered loyal support from subjects of all races and bloodlines. Ramona, that's her name. Even after Zenora's collapse, Ramona continued to lead the Frostwooms in aiding wounded Bestrels and restoring Bastorius to its former glory, her vast wisdom and keen insight. She also served as counsel to the new king of Bastorius, thus dedicating her life to Bestrel prosperity. So we still got Dina. And the two guys I fought in the one battle that first kind of locked me. I forgot about that kid. He's cute. That bear is absolutely yoked. I guess all bears are yoked, but for some reason that guy's intense looking. Though offered the role as a knight's captain by the new king of Bastorius, Golville declined, thus handing the post to a trusted subject and returning home to manage his grandfather's tavern. Despite its age, the tavern thrived for years to come as warm, welcoming establishment for wary Bestrels taking part in the restoration of Bastorius. With the war concluded, Bertrand lent his hammer to the restoration of Bastorius and the construction of monuments to honor those fallen. Every year, the anniversary of the war's end saw Bastorius blanketed in bittersweet aroma of flowers left as offerings at those memorials. Right, I forgot they wear kilts. At the suggestion of a dear friend, Dina and the Snow Petals traveled to Bastorius to aid the ongoing reconstruction. Her fierce loyalty and firm leadership proved equally as useful in times of peace, and her success saw countless hopefuls aspiring to join the Snow Petal humans and Bestrels alike. In time, her distrust of humans thawed like northern ice in the light of spring. The other ones don't get any description? They weren't important enough. After the war, Nina returned home to the joy and relief of Miles and her parents. Having reconciled with her family, she departed once again to travel the world and aid in the ongoing reconstruction efforts. In time, tales of her exploits spread throughout the land, and admirers gathered in every town in hopes of meeting the vivacious knight. Bryce reformed the Rock Rats, and true, not as bandits, but as a band of mercenaries seeking to aid the post-war recovery. His kindness, humility, and eagerness to accept tasks few would dare endure saw him grow into a respected figure among the townsfolk and mercenaries. I can just feel cat hair. Alright, this is Albion, right? Yeah. With the war concluded, Sharon returned to the Rodmart Church to tend to the wounded. Everywhere she and her trusted companion Achilles went, they were met with kind hearts and restored faith in the church's teachings. In time, their tale came to be immortalized in a massive stained glass window adorning the wall of their beloved Rondemort. After the war, Achilles laid down his sword in exchange for prayer book and thus took up residence in Rodmart Church to spread the Orthodoxy's teachings. There, her status as an angel saw her inspire fervent faith in those around her, and even without a blade in hand, she forever strived to sever the encroaching roots of evil. After the war, Rhaenys led a quiet life in humble service of her Albion Abbey. Her kind, caring nature saw many of her former allies visit the church to offer their prayers and reminisce over a warm meal. In times of leisure, she would pay her visits to Scarlet, and the two would rekindle their friendship. What about Fedokio, or however you say his name? He talked a big game and I beat his ass. After the war, Umera spent her days defending the Orthodoxy as a sacred knight, pursuing the study of botany all the while. The verdant flower garden she tended to quickly became one of Albion's most sought-after pilgrimage sites. It's said that at times she could be seen hosting Scarlet in the very garden where the two reminisced about their distant childhoods. There he is. After the war, Jerome returned to Largian and began restoring the city and the surroundings with undying aid of his beloved citizens. Though lacking in mastery of governance, the kindness, loyalty, and occasional baked good earned the never-ending trust of his people. His work with the Liberation complete, Fedokio returned to Pyston and began to walk the long road toward reconstruction. His unwavering dedication toward the task at hand earned him the renewed trust of his people, and together they ushered in the new age of peace and prosperity. In time, his beloved son's grave came to forever adorned with the flowers and offerings. Oh right, Sanatio. I forgot about you. And Nigel. After the war, Sanatio traversed Albion to aid in the reconstruction, witnessing the breath of faith. The land thus altered his own beliefs. Despite Scarlet's insistence, he had long declined the pontifical mitre, but in time he relented and chose to honor the trust of those who believed in him. Thereafter, the new pontifex, he and Nigel worked tirelessly to guide the Orthodoxy down the proper path and spread its teachings to any who would listen. Alright, is that the full ending? Let me do this. Something about that feels right. That feels very like PS1, like, you know, you beat the game and it ended there. I don't know why that felt right. There they are. The destined couple. Thus, Scarlet appointed Sanatio the new pontifex of the Orthodoxy, and history tells that upon accepting her role as the Queen of Cornea, she and her beloved Elaine traveled Favre to aid in its recovery. until the next problem. The end. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We beat Unicorn Overlord. You may now commence the quest Unicorn Overlord at the start of the final confrontation against Galerius. True Zenoiran. Okay. Of Northwest Cornea. Okay. But, you know, like I was saying, thanks for hanging out. Even if it was a longer, you know, I beat Baltro easier than I thought I would. Let me just see what's going on in Northwest Cornea really quick. Okay. Holy crap. This is too much. Let me out of here. Oh, right. We haven't gotten the full 100%. Hold on. We could probably do this really fast. But yeah, you know, if you watched, feel free to, you know, hopefully hang out with us some more. Check out our other stuff. Why can't I open my map? And I hope you enjoyed it, because, you know, there's nothing like watching somebody play a game that you like and, you know, seeing how they react to it. It's weird that that's so satisfying, I guess is what I'm saying. Hello? Can I open my map, please? There's a question mark over there. There's also an enemy over there? Who the heck would... You know, you just saw this man essentially kill God, and you would choose to fight him? I can't go through there. A new quest in Northwest Cornea. Well, I'm going northeast. Let me out. Sorry, just seeing what my phone decided to tell me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm in Grand Corinne. I see. Heed my call, he who boasts the ring of the unicorn. Recognize a voice, but I thought the sages disappeared. Indeed we had. There remains one final task which demands your attention. What is it? The former capital of the Zenoiran Empire. Speak further to the nearby sanctuary and do not delay, lest the fate of your realm grow irreparably corrupted. I've got more questions. I've no choice then to the sanctuary. And we've got another rapport conversation. 97% of the map is explored, so we gotta go up here. I really just want to knock out this 100% of the map, and then, you know, if you guys think I should do this last outbreak here as well, I see. I'll report the word once Lord Ghislaine at once. The rest of you continue your search for the area. What was that about? And what's with the creepy masks? Perhaps the townfolk will know more. Excuse me, sir, is there anything you can tell me about the women who were just standing here? They work for a local lord named Ghislaine. They wear those masks that keep themselves safe from the plague that's been running rampant. Of course, there's a rumor in town that Ghislaine's the one who started the disease in the first place for some kind of dark experiment. You claim the Lord himself to be responsible? Just repeating what I've heard, sir, but I do know they've been hauling off the sick. It's scary stuff, I'll tell you what. Indeed. We can't let this wickedness continue. It's level 14. I must have been able to get to this area this whole time. Leave me alone. I'm literally just trying to fill in the map. Thank you. 98.6. There's a little bit over here. It would be so funny if I had to complete that battle to, oh, hello. Continue, you know? Oh my my god, 98. What am I missing? Is it like this little bit right here? Yeah, I honestly don't know. Alright, we're gonna call it there. And maybe, you know, if you're so motivated, and you want to see the, what's it called? The new quest with the capital of Sonora, maybe we'll do it. Let me know.